What up, what up, what up, everybody? And welcome to the first conversation I'm having this offseason called Skol Conversations. First guest I'm gonna have is my boy Rap, Vocal Vike. What up, Rap? How you doing today, man?
What's good, fam? I'm chilling, man. You know, we here. We definitely got some conversations to have for sure, man.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, man. I already know you watched the press conference.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just a little disappointed as a Viking fan right now. I don't know how you feel about it, but just go ahead. You go first, man.
I mean, like, so one of the main things that I think I took from the press conference, to me, it seemed very, I don't know, it seemed like every year, to be honest with you, in my opinion, it just seemed like every year, just kind of the cliche shit, the politically correct type of press conferences, which we obviously expect, right? That's usually, them boys ain't straightforward with us. But one thing I did take away from it was the question was asked about JJ McCarthy to Kwesi, and do he want him to be the starting quarterback in 2026? And I mean, he didn't come out and absolutely say, yeah, you know, this is the direction we went. This is the decision we made. Like, yeah, I mean, to me, he kept the door open, which in my opinion, you could look at that either as a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. To me, it's like, okay, you should have, in my opinion, you should have committed when you got asked that question to JJ McCarthy for his confidence alone. Because what you did was leave the door open, like, hey, because think about this, any other organization that's confident in the quarterback that they have on their team, that question would have got answered like, bro, of course. Like, of course he's the quarterback of the team. What do you mean? What kind of question is that? So, I mean, out of all of it, bro, that's the one takeaway for me with Kwesi was, man, I think you answered that wrong. Although you may feel like that and you're just trying to keep the door open because you're going to be wheeling and dealing this offseason and you kind of want to keep your cards close to your chest, bro. To me, that wasn't a good move, man.
I was reading the body language, right? Because like right when the question was asked, he kind of did that long sigh in the neck, like, come on, man, like you can't be doing that. That's gonna be dissected, that's gonna be slowed down. We're gonna be seeing that, you know, during the whole all-season training camp. I just kind of felt like, to me, it wasn't a lot of answers, like, you know, that was said. And I kind of felt like it kind of left us hanging, just like you said, like it left the door open for any kind of translation or whatever. And at this point, when you're going into year 5 with this regime, we shouldn't be having the same questions that we had in year 1 and year 2. You know, we should have like some definite answers at this point. Like, to me, it's like I get the political correct situation with it, and you don't want to say too much. And this is just basically like the first interview since the offseason started. But like, damn, man, like I was just telling Zoe earlier, like I was like, man, they're gonna give up on my boy McCarthy. Like I just kind of felt that way, like with them saying they want to keep the quarterback room competitive and everything like that. It's like, that's cool, but when are you going to say McCarthy is still your guy? Like last year, you were saying he was a franchise, you know, he could do this, he could do that. But now y'all like, this and that. But yeah, I just felt some type of way about it. But the main thing, like, kind of like really set me off was the Kevin O'Connell part of it, when he was basically saying like, he don't want to fix the offense. He like what he do in offense, and he want to continue to go down the field, and, you know, he needs the quarterback to do that. I'm just like, man, here we go.
Here we go, bruh. Like, here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go, man. And it just was like, yeah, man.
Same shit, different day, bro. Like, for real. Same shit, different day. It just it is what it is, dog. Like, we just shit foolery, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna bring it up real quick.
Let's go.
Rap, a unique question for you, and I want you to really think about this one.
Yeah.
I've been spinning this around for a minute. So you've been a Viking fan just as long as me. You done seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going into year 5 with Kevin O'Connell. What's changed from the Mike Zimmer Spellman regime versus right now? Tell me what's different.
Man, like, is this like a trick question in a way, or is this just or is this or is this just kind of, you know, I just want to see where Rap at with it if he
Nah,
feels
I
like
mean,
there's much different.
it's up to your own interpretation. Like, cause I mean, I got mine. I want you to really think about it though. Like, I'm gonna ask you again, cause like,
Yeah.
since Mike Zimmer said that last season, right? The
Yeah.
last season, Rick Spielman, Mike Zimmer, whatever, and now we going into 5 years with Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi. What's changed?
Damn, bro. That's a crazy question. I'm thinking like, fuck, I want to answer. So I mean, honestly, bro, like to me, I don't think much has really changed, bro, to be honest with you. And that's not a good thing. You know, that's kind of
Exactly.
where I'm at with it, is what really has changed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's probably that's where the issue I think lies with me a little bit, is nothing changed like we thought. So
Right.
the common denominator of this whole situation is the owners, the Wilfs, and how they operate, how they do things.
Right.
Um, you know, they tend to want to stay even keel. It seems like they're okay with being in the middle as long as money's being made.
Right.
Uh, you know, but I also give Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell had a fair opportunity, bro, to change this culture. And maybe I'll give them a little bit of flowers here, where I'll say the culture seems a little different, right? Like the locker room and shit. It seems more fun, in my opinion, than with the Zimmer. The Zimmer, it felt more like business, right?
Yeah.
Even as a fan watching it, it felt like every Sunday was, you know, it was about business. You win, you don't celebrate too much. You just kind of, hey, good game. We handled business, move on to the next one. You lose, and you pissed off about it. Mike Zimmer shows that he's pissed off about it, to where with KOC, it's like, you win, you have fun. The locker room, we lifting motherfuckers up on the shoulder, you know,
Yeah.
to
Everybody
Kirko chains.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Kirko chains and shit like that. That looks good on Twitter and things. Like, that wasn't with Zimmer. So, but as far as just like, you know, with your question, as far as just like the team building, the success, it's not different, bro. Like, I seen the stat that came out where they talked about Mike Zimmer's first 30 plus games,
Right.
compared to Kevin O'Connell's, and they're damn near the same, except for Zimmer actually has a playoff win.
Yeah. And an appearance in the NFC title game.
And yes, and that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
technically, Mike Zimmer so far in Mike Zimmer's first 3 seasons, it was better technically than what we see with KOC. But if you weren't around to understand that, and you just look at from the outside, you would say, "Oh, KOC is way better." Like, bro, he's the coach of the year and shit like that. So, yeah.
Let me break it down to you real quick, because I did a deep
Yeah, I'm
dive.
curious to hear where you at with it. Yeah.
It's the exact same shit. So if we talk about playoff appearances, we got on Mike Zimmer for making the playoffs every other year. That's what we're going to right now with Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Delphemisa, making the playoffs every other year. Now, I'm not even going to go to the injuries, because that's another situation. Now, what was one of the main things that we had a problem with Mike Zimmer and Spielman was we didn't know what we had at quarterback.
True.
We don't know what we have at quarterback. And if right, and if you look at the draft picks, right, the last couple of drafts that Spellman drafted, he drafted a great offensive lineman and a great receiver. Not Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson and Christian Darrisaw. The best draft picks that Kwesi have had, Donovan Jackson and Jordan Addison, when he's not in trouble. And we get to that later, right? Now, when Mike Zimmer left the team, he got fired, we didn't know what this defense was going to be. Flores is probably out the door. So again, we don't know what this defense is going to be. We're suffering that corner. We were suffering that corner then. Aging veterans on defense, aging veterans on the offensive line. You got a okay tight end, just like I had an okay tight end with Mike Zimmer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the running game needed some juice because you had Dalvin Cook on his decline. So if you really look at it in actuality, we're still asking the same questions and having the same scenarios play out 4 years later, going into 5, since we fired Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Zimmer probably sitting back right now like, F y'all. Yeah. Y'all thought the grass was greener. Now, I will say though, Woods, as a fan, I think it was time for Mike Zimmer. Just it would, even if it's the same, which isn't a good thing, but I will say it's at least because I felt like it was time to move on, bro. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
kind
not
of drained with the Zimmer shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I was drained with it.
yeah, I'm not denying like it wasn't time to move on and it run its course. But
Right.
but the problem I'm having is you guys are supposed to come in here and actually have a transition of things actually be different. And
Yeah.
when things started to play out for the long run, going on 5 years, you guys
Yeah.
have exactly did the exactly same thing that Mike Zimmer and Spielman did. And look at the cap. When Zimmer and Spielman left, you had problems with the cap. And now
Yeah.
we over the cap 38 million. I know things can be changed and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, y'all really ain't made no changes like that. Like, we ain't had no long playoff run. We haven't had any, stars that really actually get developed. Like, the defense is good, but that's probably going to change if Flores leaves. But I'm just saying, man. It's looking kind of the same right now.
It's looking the same, and the crazy part is Mike Zimmer was about running the football, and KOC is about throwing the football. But still, yet you get the same damn results. You feel me? No matter what. That's why it's important to find balance. This lets us know balance is important, right? And I mean, look, man, I watched shout out Six in the building, talking about like the Texans and how they're being coached and stuff, bro. It just shows you like there is a such thing as a coach that can get a team over the hump. You look at the Patriots right now, what they're doing. I mean, look, bro, this can kind of answer our question of if you are in question as a fan, is KOC the guy for this team? You can look at those teams as kind of tests.
Exactly.
Like, bro, they're young. They have young players and sprinkled with some veterans. They don't have superstars all across their roster, but guess what? They're finding ways to get to the playoffs, and now they're winning playoff games, bro. There should be no excuse, especially when you got a defensive coordinator like Brian Flores. Come on, man. We should be in the playoffs, bro. I'm watching the playoffs, and I'm like, bro, we should be playing in these, bro. These teams ain't even, come on.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You got somebody like D'Amico Ryans, right? Like, he hasn't missed a playoff since, and he's had a young quarterback. But even though his quarterback has struggled, he's found a way to either run the ball consistently and play good defense to keep his team actually going and being successful in the playoffs. And it makes me wonder, maybe that's why he declined that interview at the end of the day. It went on to Houston the next year. Like do these coaches know something before they get here? And then you got other coaches like, Vrabel going up there to New England. Like, he's already, got his win with his new team. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm just like, I just got to really start calling it out. I mean, that whole Ben Johnson situation with the Bears getting a playoff win before we got one, and now we're the only coach in the division that doesn't have a playoff win. With all our coaches. So it's kind of like, it ain't bashing Kevin O'Connell because I take the good with the bad, but at the same time, it's like, we want this team to be successful, and we want this team to be, having postseason contention and going to a Super Bowl. And we can't get that if we having the same problems over and over again, man.
Bro, the same problems, bro. Like, I mean, Ben Johnson winning a playoff game before Kevin O'Connell is a slap in the face. Yeah, I mean, like, look, this is look at Broski Bear. He on his high horse right now. I see you, Broski Bear.
Yeah,
I see you, bro. I see you, Broski Bear. You on your high horse. Hey, that's cool, bro. I'm gonna give you the props when it's when it's time to give them to him. And I gotta, shout out to the Bears, bro. Like, Ben Johnson, he did what he did. You know what I mean? He got them to fight and come back and win a playoff game, bro. I'm asking Kevin O'Connell to get us there, man. As a Vikings fan, bro, I want to give him a chance, but I don't know if he can do it, bro. I don't know if he has it, bro.
We going in year 5, man. Things got to change, man.
Year 5, bro. No win.
That's the thing. Year 5, man.
Year 5, bro.
That same old tune. And I just know in the back of my head, like, I just know they can either get a veteran quarterback, sign them in free agency, and they're going to bitch McCarthy, or they're going to go out there and try to save their job and make a swing for the fences and trade for somebody and let McCarthy go. And then McCarthy going to go somewhere else, get some time to actually develop.
And be good.
And be good. and a lot of y'all, somebody said in the chat, well, you know, with McCarthy, I mean, we still don't know what McCarthy is, man. Like we giving up. We still got hope for McCarthy to be actually good. But did y'all watch the Houston game? CJ Stroud played like ass.
Yeah, he played. He looked like a rookie out there for a long time out there. I was like, yo, what's up with this dude?
But they still win the games because they can play defense and they can run the ball consistently.
And that's the thing. Like, we look at the Texans is a perfect example, right, of what the Minnesota Vikings could be doing if Kevin O'Connell would just commit to the run and understand, like, hey, man, you know, hey, my quarterback, he ain't in a rhythm right now. On top of him being young, bro, let's figure out a different. There's multiple ways to win a game. Yeah, and I think he don't understand that. He thinks there's only one way to win a game, and that's to throw for 400 yards.
Yeah, but when you do that, that's why we always in a lot of, you know, tough games at the end of, you know, at the end of the season, because you throwing the ball, you allowing the other team's defense to either pick it off or slow you down. You're not running the clock out. So you allowing the other team to take the advantage of that, or they're gonna pass. So we can get back into this game. And next thing you know, we got to get a 4-quarter comeback instead of being up by 2 scores and running the football out. Like it's not good. But how you feel about Jordan Addison, man? I feel bad right now too, because I bought a Jordan Addison jersey, man. One of the good ones.
Yeah, one of the good ones, bro. You wasted the bread, bro.
I haven't even wore it yet, right? And I'm just like, man, can I trade that in? Because I know he's gone, man. But go ahead, let me know how you feel about Jordan Addison, man.
So I just released a video on this too, bro. Like, listen, dog. Like, you cannot fix stupid, bro. Like, I remember the last time he got in trouble, and I did a video. People were like, "Oh, bro, you relax. He gonna be all right. Like, he learned his lesson this time, bro. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. This, that, and the third, bro. We here again, right?" There's some people, man, that there's no matter what it is, bro. It don't matter how much money they make. It don't matter the support they have around them, aka Justin Jefferson, coaches. No matter what, they just find trouble, bro. That's just what it is, man. You know, that's just what it is, dog. Like, them boys, that's Addison. Addison to get, bro. We not even 2 weeks. The season ain't even over yet. The season ain't even over yet, bro. Why are you getting trespassed? Why are you getting trespassed?
You already know what it is, though. Right?
So this was my thing with the video, right? It's, first of all, because, you know, somebody who's been through the system, somebody who's been around situations like this, I can tell you right now, them police probably tried everything in their power not to take him to jail, bro.
Yep.
I can guarantee you them people went up to him and said, bro, listen, the people want you to leave the premises, bro. Please just leave. Please just get up out of here. It's 4 a.m. Don't trip, bro. It's going to take us longer to do the paperwork than it is to, we don't feel like doing this paperwork, bro. Just leave and it's over with.
Yep.
This man went against the grain. I can't wait till the body footage come out, because I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen this story way too many times. And he probably started cutting up. You know what I mean? Nah, my money good. Like, shit, I spend money in here too, and this, that, and the third. And then people said, all right, Mr. Addison, we're going to give you 30 more seconds, bro, to just get in your car and leave, man. And he wanted to hack up, and they had to take his ass to jail, bro. It was just stupidity, bro.
Was it on like a public property casino or some shit like that? Like
yeah, it was at the Hard Rock. Yeah, the Hard Rock.
Oh, man.
Yeah, at the Hard Rock.
I thought it was some chick shit. Like,
that's what I thought too. Like, at first, I'm like, man, this man chasing some coochie, man. Like, come on, bro.
You don't want you no more, man. Go out and get some more somewhere else.
Chick done lock him out the crib. He throwing rocks out the window, man. Come on, man. Please let me in, man. The offseason just started.
I thought it was at first. Like, come on, bro. Like, you Jordan Addison, man. You a starting receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. You can go anywhere and get that coochie.
But this right here, man, just shows you, like, he doesn't. First of all, it's sad though. In all reality, all jokes aside, bro, it's sad because he doesn't really realize how blessed he is. You know, and on top of that, like, you have a coaching staff, you have a team that supported you even when you got in trouble 3 times already. That really supported you. and still allowed you, bruh, and still allowed you to be on the team, contribute to the team, and you looked them in the face and said, F y'all, bruh. You looked Justin Jefferson in the face and said, F you. Because the sad part about this whole thing is Justin Jefferson's going to get questioned about it. For whatever reason, they're going to question him. No, bro, this grown man got to take responsibility, bruh. Like, for real, man. This is him. You're not fixing that. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not fixing it. He is.
You know what I want to happen, though? Because we seen one of my favorite Vikings come out and have his opinion about JJ McCarthy throwing the football. You know, y'all know who I'm talking about. We're talking about CC. We talking about CC, right?
Chris Carter. Okay, yeah.
We're talking about CC, right? CC had a lot to say about, you know, JJ McCarthy and, you know, him, however it was, right? That whole controversial situation. Now, you as an OG with the Minnesota Vikings, you seeing this man play the same position you played. This is when you reach out as an OG with the team, because you've been through this before. You don't want him to go through the situation he had where he had to get cut to actually figure it out. I mean, it's not drugs, it's drinking, there's some other shit going on. But I'm just saying, though, Chris Carter, if you're watching, this is the time I want you to step up, bro.
Yeah.
Step up, have a conversation with the young man. Because I think what you saying something is, it probably will hold way more weight than Jefferson, because he's been through that. He's been cut because he couldn't get shit right.
But see, my thing was with people like if that was going to happen, because I gotta say, I believe Chris Carter probably did talk to him after the second time before, you know, because he's in the building, man. He's around. I'm sure he talked to Addison. I'm sure we can go find evidence that he admits that he's talked to Addison. The truth is, bro, it's sad. Addison has a drinking problem. All right, and this isn't me trying to be nasty towards him, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, like, I love Addison. I want him to be a Minnesota Viking. I want to watch Addison, bro, as a Viking on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, bro. We are a better football team with Addison playing, right? That's the truth. But on another note, you cannot allow this to keep happening, man. This first of all, it's disrespectful to us fans. See, that's how I look at this thing. I take it personal. Why? Well, this is why. We got a game week 3, week 4, and we know that, hey, we could win this game, but guess what? We need our offense to be humming this game because we can win this game, and number 3 isn't available to play for us. You know who suffers from that? Us. Because we got to do the post game talking about how we lost the game, but we probably could have won if number 3 was out there.
Option out there. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. That's why, as a fan, I take it personal, bro. I feel like he disrespected me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Stupid, man.
So where do they go from here? You think they try to trade him? I mean, I don't know what they do, man, because they kind of stuck, because the season he had this year with the drops, and already coming in having a 3-game suspension, it's like, I mean, you don't want to trade him for a 4th, 5th round pick. You know, that's so you don't want to cut him.
So this is the deal with that too, which is sad, is, you know, if you wanted to trade him, right? Like, just to say this incident didn't happen, and we were already had plans on trading him to move off of him due to contractual reasons or whatever, the Vikings had the upper hand because, you know, he didn't play the best season, but he still, people can see he's a star. He has that star potential. So a team that's in need for a possible one, we could sell that, right?
Right.
But now what happens is, now that this whole situation has happened, now what it is, bro, listen, we'll take the trade. Okay, you want to get rid of him? Cool, we'll take him. But you got to also understand now, he's a risk. We're taking a risk by trading for this player. Exactly. So that, you know, early 2nd round pick that we were possibly going to trade you, that's now a mid 4th round pick. That's now a mid 4th, because we'll take him off your hands, but you have to understand that he has a history of getting in trouble and getting suspended by the NFL, something we can't control. So, like, for that reason, the value has now gone down. Bruh, and now it puts us in a bad situation where it's like, we keep him, he gets suspended again. I don't know. We don't know what the NFL is going to do. We keep him, he might get suspended for another 3 games next year. I know they're saying it's a misdemeanor and shit, but still, bro, it's
you're going to get suspended. You're missing games.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, man. It's I'm telling you, like, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I can't I can't defend it no more. I can't say anything. I can't be like, oh, he gonna learn. Just like you said, it just was like, dude, how stupid can you be, man? Like, you just don't care. You just don't care until maybe your career is basically gone in the drain, and you gotta
Too late,
and you want a 1 year prove it deal just to see if you can actually be cool for the whole situation. It's like, man, like, come on, Jordan.
You got a point too, bro, because it's not like as Vikings fans, we sit back, right? And we're like, bro, Addison is good. Like, we know he's a star. We know he has star potential. Maybe not a superstar, but he's a star. And you think about it and you're like, bro, but being that you're just a star, bro, you one season away from just being a regular though.
Yeah.
Like in all reality, you know what I mean? Like, you one season away, bro. Like, you acting like you Justin Jefferson out here acting like that. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be nothing for teams to say, bro, I don't want him. You know what I mean? Like, why would I want to bring that in my locker room? I don't want him, because he can be replaced.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You got plenty of receivers coming out every season, every year in the draft. And it's just like, man, you special, but once you figure out that you ain't that special, maybe he'll get his act together. But I can't defend this shit no more, man.
Yeah.
Hey to everybody in the chat. I'm trying to go through
everybody in the building, man.
Yeah, everybody, thank you for tuning in, man. We kind of came together on this one kind of late, and I had to finish work real quick. You know how they do, right? When you about to leave, they ask extra shit.
Yeah, for sure. That's how it be. Man. You supposed to get off. Hey, man, hold up, man. You think you can do that and this, that, and the third?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't get that shit. But yeah, man. So that's how I feel about Addison. But going forward into the offseason, though, like, what will be your first? Well, you know what? Let's talk about Brian Flores, man.
Because I know that's your favorite topic, isn't it? That's your favorite topic.
Yeah, man. I want to say it because I don't want people to think I'm hating on the brother. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. This is how I see it. At the end of the day, we all know as Viking fans that Brian Flores being here was going to always have an expire date. We knew that. Yeah. I'm still surprised that he toughed out for 3 seasons, because when he goes on there and he does press conferences and he says, oh, there's only 32 teams in the league, and if I get offered a head coach's position, I have to think about it because that's something I want to do. That lets me know that regardless of what the Vikings offer him, if it's not the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings, then he has already prepared himself and his family to leave. And for us as Viking fans and for the front office, I just really look at it like, you guys should have prepared better for this situation, because even if Brian Flores stays this season and he has another good year, you're right back to that same conversation next year. And I'm not saying you should say, hey, Brian, just go and find something else so we have to deal with this no more. But at the same time, it's like, you knew what coach you were bringing to this team. You knew the caliber coach that he already was. And I asked people the same thing too. It's like, oh, maybe the bag will help him. It's like, dude, this guy got 4 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. Like, his resume, if he retired right now, his resume as an assistant coach is already like solid, like good to go. So it's kind of like, what more can he do? It's like, I expect him to go somewhere and be a head coach. My pick is the Raiders for a little.
You pick the Raiders.
I pick the Raiders.
Okay. My pick is Cleveland.
Because the Raiders, how I look at the Raiders, though, I mean, outside of my pops being a big Raider fan, and he always on my head like he want beef flow. He want beef flow. And when you really think about it, though, it's like everything that he had a problem with in Miami was he won't have that with the Raiders. He's going in. Geno's probably not going to be there. He's going to be able to pick first pick in the draft, what quarterback he wants, or trade down and, build for the team a little bit more. And we got to think about that $100 million cap space they got. So whatever he wants to fix, he can mold that team to his image within one offseason. Like other teams, he might not be able to do that because of cap restraints or less draft picks or whatever. But like, I like the Raiders. I mean, I think the Tom Brady situation is great for him being there, because Tom Brady, was underneath him when he was a player, with the Patriots. But I just know when it comes to the Vikings, I just think they gotta prepare a little bit better for this shit, man. Like, they really do. Like, it's coming, and it's like, what you gonna do? Like, when it gets there, like, are you already having conversations with Jim Schwartz or Gannon or guys like that? because, like, hey, just in case Forrest leaves, we might need to bring you in. Like, I don't even want Durante Jones. Like, I'll just say
No. I want the boy from Atlanta.
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah,
That
Raheem
to me,
Yeah.
I think he would be the number one option in my opinion. Because I don't think he's gonna get another head coaching job this year.
Yeah.
You know, he had his shot. He gonna have to go back and be a coordinator for a couple more years and prove that he can do it again. He'll get another shot eventually, but you know, this upcoming year, he gonna be a coordinator. So he's available. You know, he's available. I would take him. They worked together in LA, won a Super Bowl together. So to me, that there's some value there.
That chemistry there, yeah.
I would take that chance. I mean, you're not really losing out on any year. That's a good risk, a calculated risk that you will take right there. I want to touch on, people say the Steelers, right? And it kind of looks funny how Tomlin stepped down, and Tomlin has so much respect for B-Flow that there could be a conversation there where it's like, hey, I'm gonna step down so my young lad can come in and take over. One thing we got to understand about the Steelers, though, is the Steelers aren't with temporary hires. So the Steelers, you got to think about when it comes to coaches, anytime a coach gets hired for Pittsburgh, bro, they're the coach for the next 15 plus years, bro, 20 plus years. All right. They're not with the, let me hire this dude. If he don't work out in 2 years, he's out the door. They look for longevity, which is great. And I say that to say, to me,
and they're patient.
To me, Harbaugh sounds right for Steelers. I mean, Harbaugh can easily stay right in the AFC North, bro, which would be crazy, but I can see them looking for some type of longevity. Not saying that B-Flow can't be that guy. I just don't think I don't know if he's proven enough, man. I know that sounds crazy. I just don't know if he's proven enough for Pittsburgh standards, in my opinion, to where they would take that chance. But maybe, though, man, I hope he gets a job, bro. I think
if too. How old is Brian Flores right now? In his 40s?
Yeah, he got to be in his 40s. He got to be almost
that's too old to start as the Pittsburgh Steelers coach. They normally get coaches like at 30 and keep.
You're right, though. That's another thing. Yeah, you talk about that. So I don't know, and I don't really know which coaches are out here that are in that age bracket right now that are hot names either. You know, somebody like Ben Johnson would have been a perfect candidate for them if he was available this year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. Somebody gonna get a job.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like this offseason, man, you got so many like openings at head coach. You got all these coordinators waiting to see what coach is getting what job. Every other day, some coordinator gets fired. Greg Roman got fired. It's just it's all over the place. I just really like want to get back to the league to where we got a sense of stability, where it's like you got a lot of culture, and that's why I don't be too mad about players when they be like, "Shit, I'm trying to get paid," because you don't know. You have one bad season, your coach get fired. The next coach coming here, you don't fit that scheme. So now, you know, you ain't getting that many snaps. So
true. Yeah. I will say though, man, like the AFC North screams Brian Flores though. So shout out to, you know, Maurice, you on point with that. Like the AFC North, whether it's the Ravens or the Steelers, it definitely screams. I mean, I agree with you too, Woods. Like the Raiders kind of scream it to me though. I think they're so far in just turmoil. Like the Raiders to me seem like a team that's out of it for a long time, in my opinion.
But that's why though the Raiders don't fuck with the NFL like that. Like everybody knows that the Raiders give the middle finger to the NFL like every time. Yeah, like it'd be fitting for Brian Flores to go there with the lawsuit. It'd be the Raiders to hire him. But it'd be the Raiders. Like if Al was still alive, he'd have been hired already. But
think about this though, Woods. If you're Brian Flores and you're a hot commodity right now, and you have the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Raiders, like and you have now this all comes down to Brian Flores having an option too, though, right? Like he has to have an option, so he's gonna interview like he's been doing. I think tomorrow he's free to really start accept the job if he wants. Tomorrow's the deadline, I believe.
Yeah, even lateral jobs.
Yeah, tomorrow he can start accepting. Yeah, even if he wants to go be a DC somewhere. I know Washington Commanders, they want to interview him too, which I don't see that happening. Like one thing for sure, B-Flow is not going to go. One thing we know for sure, y'all, B-Flow is not going to another team to be a defensive coordinator that has a defensive coach. It just isn't going to work, bro. That philosophy, that's too much. No, because B-Flow needs to be with an offensive-minded coach. If he is going to be a coordinator and not for the Minnesota Vikings and leave, he's going to go to a team that has an offensive mind as the head coach at least, so that he can run his system. Because think about your boy in Washington. He's a DC, bro. Like that's what he is.
That's what he is.
Imagine them two bumping heads trying to figure out whose defensive scheme is better. Like that shit ain't going down, bro. Like so, we ain't got to worry about them.
That's not happening. But I'm just saying, like with the Raiders, though, it's to me what gets it is the first overall draft pick, and it's the cap space. Because I would want, like me personally, I would want to go to a place where I can just basically first season hit the ground running, get my feet wet. I can mold this team into the image that I want. I don't have to deal with a lot of like crazy contracts. We don't have to have conversations of trying to cut players my first offseason. Like the draft is right around the corner. I can choose to trade down and get more picks to fill the roster out. They already got a good running back, a good tight end. You know, on the defense side of the ball, Max Crosby is that dude. You know, and the good thing about it is like he had an issue with quarterback. I just wouldn't want him to go to a situation where he has to stay with that quarterback because he was drafted the year before or they already paid him. And Flores might think to them like, this dude, my defense smashes him all the time. Like, I don't want to go there and like I know he can't beat my defense. So like, what are we talking about here? So I just would want him to have that clean state, even if it's not the Raiders, man. Like,
I mean, hey, look, I mean, the Raiders definitely are an option, I'm sure. You know, I mean, they're pretty desperate and need somebody to come in there and fix that place. And obviously, your boy Pete Carroll couldn't do it. You know, I'm glad he decided to hang it up, bro. It's over with, Bubba. And like the Raiders wasn't a team for him to go to anyway. Like, bro, the Raiders were built for a younger coach to come in and be patient with anyways. And Brian Flores is considered more on the younger side when you're speaking coaches. So like he's still, you know, Brian Flores can coach for the next 10 years and still be decent, right? Be in mid 50s or whatever. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's still considered young. So like he would be a perfect fit for somewhere like Las Vegas. But to me, I think he's going to take a team that's somewhat established. I mean, again, I don't think I feel like the Steelers are that team, but the Ravens definitely sound good to me. And to me, a couple weeks ago, I made a prediction on the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns are a sneaky team to watch too, in my opinion, because their defense is so good. People were saying, well, why would he want to go to a team that has a good defense? He's the defensive coordinator, bro. That's what a defensive coordinator wants, bro. Like the defensive coordinator is looking at teams like, boy, look at that defense. They're not going to teams saying, you know, he's a defensive-minded guy. He's not going into the team looking at teams saying, wow, that offense is amazing. Yeah, that's the team I want to coach. No, he's going into it saying, bro, that defense is number one. They got studs all across the field. Yeah, let me go there. You want to know why? Because my defense is going to drag us to the Super Bowl. Like, for real.
And all we got to do is get a veteran QB to come in here, run the football. And we're gonna win a couple of games.
And we got Shador Sanders. You know, hey, he's plugged. He's plugged with Dion them. You know, they got a mutual respect for each other. Like, I mean, to me, Cleveland sounds like a glove, bro.
I never looked at Cleveland like that. I just was like, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, it's Cleveland. But you know, hey, they got Shador Sanders, and you think Shador Sanders, but regardless how people feel, bringing a ton of attention to Cleveland, and you know, the money's there, right? Just him alone. Now he has to still perform and be good, but he's going to get that opportunity this offseason going into next year. I mean, it's a good situation, especially if he works out. I mean, Cleveland's defense. Imagine Cleveland's defense. I mean, they were good without B-Flow. They were top 5, right? Imagine adding a B-Flow scheme to what the players Cleveland got with Myles Garrett and them boys.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be nice there. He'll be nice. But that's the thing, though. Flores is such a good coach, and especially for what he did with Minnesota, having a bottom-feeding defense the year before with Donatel and actually having a top 5 defense every year since he's been here. I mean, shit, we know what he can do with less. So,
no, that is true. That's true.
You know, like I just wish him the best. And just when it goes back to the Vikings, y'all got to be prepared for this. Like, stop trying to get this man all this money or crazy titles or whatever. You got a super chat rap. Bring that up for you.
Oh, man, shout out Marty, man, with the 99.99. Shout out my brother, man, tapping in with him. Let's go. Appreciate you, brother. For sure.
Yeah, like he did that already. So it's like,
Yeah.
what more can he do in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask him to develop a quarterback or something like that. Because I mean, he got magic right now. I don't understand it, but I don't know, man.
Man, shout out Marty, man. Big broski, man, with the red. I ain't seen a red in a minute. You feel me? I ain't seen a red in a minute, man. Let's go. Hey, and he was asking me too, real quick. Marty was asking me. He texted me and asked me how to support you. I texted him. His channel, Marty, is called Skol State of Mind. He was thinking it was Skol Mafia. No, it's Skol State of Mind is actually the name of his channel, Marty. If you want to go support D Woods, man, go over there and tap in with him.
Appreciate everybody. You know, appreciate it.
Tap in with him, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with him. Facts. So I got him in the title. He's actually in the title on my video. All you gotta do is click his name. Yeah.
So how you feel about like off-season wise? Like who should stay? Who should go? I know it's early. Yeah. I know it's hella early, but like, what's the first move you doing if you crazy?
The first move I'm doing is I'm identifying some offensive linemen still, to be honest with you, man. Me and Dale did our members only. I did one of the members only lives. And me and Dale, we picked 2 videos that were, based around JJ McCarthy. Yeah. But as we're sitting there doing the video, we're looking at Brian O'Neill over there, man. And I'm going to tell you, bro, and this is the thing. Listen, this is the thing, man. Brian O'Neill, I give him his flowers when I need to. But man, when you actually step back and go watch, Brian O'Neill had a horrible season, bro. Horrible.
So I did a video maybe about a week ago where I talked about all the offensive linemen that either got traded away or they basically just let go. And if you think about it in the past, maybe 3 seasons, that's basically a whole offensive line that's not on this team. You got guys like Vandarian Lowe, Ed Ingram, Garrett Bradbury, Ezra Cleveland, Oli Udo. You got a lot of guys that are panning out elsewhere. And it's just kind of I think the team has a problem when it's developing young talent. They're not patient enough, as we can see with JJ McCarthy. I just feel man, we went out and paid hella money for Real Fries. And I'm not a big PFF guy, but I just use that as a marker to see where it's at. Because I mean, that's outside of the eye test. But you really got the same guy for more money.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's wild. And you drafted Donovan Jackson. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a dog in this league. But at the same time, it's I'm looking at Jacksonville. I'm looking like Ezra Cleveland right there. You had him on the
you're watching the Texans last night, and you seeing Ed Ingram. You're like, God damn, you Garrett Bradbury. That boy looked like the best center in the NFL. And all right, listen, this is an indictment too. And shout out to Ann Cap Grand, bruh. Listen, bro, Chris Cooper. I had a conversation about Chris Cooper. Who was I with? Let's Skol Network. Shout out to them fellas over there. But they were talking, and one of I think Cody, he's kind of he kind of is on the side of Chris Cooper. Doesn't think that we should be blaming him as much, and kind of is a fan and thinks that he got the short end of the stick, right? And we should kind of give him some grace, bro. To me, I had to tell him I disagree, bro. I just had to tell him I just can't do it, bro. There's been ample opportunities. On top of that, we're watching players like you said that were on our team that don't look half as good as they look now, bro. On other teams being coached up by other people. I mean, this is sad, bro. The one thing about the Minnesota Vikings that I've noticed, bro, as a fan, for as long as me and you have been a fan, bro, the same amount is we may never have a good offensive line, bro. I'm almost to the point where when will our offensive line actually be beasting for 2 years consecutively? That's all I'm asking, bro. Just 2 seasons back to back of just straight domination on the O-line, man. We have to continue to throw spaghetti at the wall until it sticks. So the answer to the initial question, Woods, is, bro, if I'm Kwesi, bro, I'm seeing who's available, man, and I'm not sitting on my hands like we did last year because there were some good options that were
Yeah.
available, and we tend to just sit on our hands and not make a move. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
man, shout out Marty, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Marty. That's what's up, man. Going to
I
support
just
my
think they
boy.
were waiting on, like, when you, let me say this the right way. You have to be creative when you're building your roster. You
Yeah.
can't just have like one idea and just go with that because shit, things might change. You might have a contract offer, then the next team offers something different, and then you got to match that, or it's the years or whatever. But you got to have something to where it's just like, all right, cool. What can we do if this doesn't work? And I kind of feel like they put all their eggs in one basket with Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. And it was just like, yeah, that's fine. I hope these guys, well, I know Kelly probably won't play next year. He shouldn't. He really shouldn't. Like, he shouldn't.
He done.
Yeah, he done. And with Will Fries, it's like, okay, yeah, he was coming off the leg injury from last year, and maybe, you know, that kind of slowed him a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, you really overpaid? You really overpaid. And to the point to right now, it's like the cap is bad, and it's like you would have still had Ingram on a rookie deal. Yeah. Like you have to be creative in that aspect. But I think it comes down to, you know, like the play call, and it comes down to the long development plays, it like the play structure. It comes down to Chris Cooper not developing guys. I mean,
I mean, Woods, touch on that, you know, because I know last year, right? Me and you had a conversation, and just in case there's people in the building that weren't around during this time, but I remember us talking last year about how people were being too hard on Ed Ingram, me being one of them, you know, and you reached out and was like, yo, Rap, before you like really just break it down and say it's Ed Ingram's fault and it's Brian O'Neill's fault, bro, you might want to check this out and look at what's really happening out there, bro. Like, touch on that real quick, man, because I know there's some people that don't know what was going on, bro. And when you did that, I was like, yo, okay, that makes sense, though.
Yeah. So, like, average linemen should be able to hold their block maybe like 2-3 seconds, right? That's average, right? So if you look at Kevin O'Connell's play structure with the long developing plays, people think long developing plays is like, oh, they're running like a 30-yard route. That's not it all the time. Long developing plays is actually like there's a motion one way, there's another motion another way, there's a double move on the outside, you know, there's different things, there's a fake, there's a play action somewhere. So all that kind of stuff takes time. So once the center hikes the ball, like the clock is ticking. So for a quarter, and that's kind of contribute to what JJ McCarthy having a lot of struggle with doing all that extra stuff, and then guys taking a long time to get open. So you're asking like your linemen to hold their blocks for like 4 or 5 seconds. And you're going against guys like Daniil Hunter, you know, Aiden Hutchinson on the outside, like even Dexter Lawrence in the inside, in the middle and stuff like that. Like they're going to key on certain situations to where they feel like, oh, you're the weakest link. So when we asked about the quick game situation, quick game isn't like always a slant. Quick game could be, you know, something different. You know, it could be a out pass. Screen. It can be stuff like that just to kind of keep the defense off. But what Kevin O'Connell does is he does these long developing plays down the field
consecutively,
which leads to a lot of sacks. The one game that pissed me off the most was the Max Brosmer game against the Lions. He started the game. We got the ball. First play of the game. First offensive snap of the game. It was 2 motions and a fake handoff and double moves on the outside, which in turn led into a sack. So if you look at that, all that's going on, and then it leads to a sack. So that lineman is going to get deemed for that sack because they gave over pressure and they gave over a sack, right? But that's what he does all the time. Like it happens all the time. And that's why these linemen look bad. And that's why they go other places like Ingram. I looked at his run blocking grade. Like he's mauling dudes. Like he's one of the top rated run blockers in the league. Like his, you know, pass protection is a little iffy, but he's still not giving up a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
Like it's different because they have an offense that's conducive to the linemen that they have. And it's just crazy because it's like, it don't matter what lineman you throw in there. If Kevin O'Connell was still going to call the plays the same way, you're going to get the same results. Like it is, and that's why he doesn't play the young guys, because the young guys, they got to work on their protection, they got to work on their technique. They really can't handle trying to hold their blocks that long. Yeah. And that's just like that's what it is. That's how I see it, man.
Yeah, no, that's how I came down. Hey, real quick, man. Shout out Marty McFly's wife. Shout out to her, man. 49th birthday. Let's go. Happy birthday. Let's get it, man. Hey, Marty, show her that. Show her we shouting her out on the live stream. You heard?
Yeah, so that's just how I see it with the offensive line, man. I just think like I want young guys. Yeah, like that's how I want this whole team to look like. I don't like this team has gotten old quick, and if you look at both sides of the ball, man, like we need young guys to step up, like for real.
So Woods, let me put you and real quick, Barbara got a question for you anyway.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
There you go, Barbara.
There you go. Go ahead, man. What you got? What you got?
It was. I get what he was saying, man, but I just feel like we get too like tied into the passing aspect of it. I think a good play caller is a play caller that's really knows how to keep it balanced or whatever. Like I get it, with Paul Allen, he can say stuff about the team, but he really can't. Like we had a great conversation before we went live. So I mean, yeah, I can say that. But so some things were said there, but I get it, man. Like
yeah. It's different. Shout out Paul Allen. You know what I mean? Yeah. And D Wood, I know just based off of relationship building and stuff, you ain't gonna say anything out of that's just what it is. It's part of the business, man. Paul Allen absolutely has a standard to live up to because he works for the Minnesota Vikings too.
Exactly. You know what? I gotta give you your flowers for that though. For the relationship building and shit like that. Like I've actually watched you and learned that more from you and like changed my approach on situations and shit too. Like, and I kind of feel like the whole Paul Allen situation probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't step back and like, okay, this is what rap is doing. Yeah. Like I get the relationship building. Like I can't be, pit bull all the fucking time.
Hey, for sure, man. Shout out to you, bro.
I get that. But yeah, it was a cool experience, man. People ask me like how it happened. Like I just tell them I did nothing. He contacted me and it happened. I just feel like the Kobe mentality, you miss all the shots you don't take, and it just happened.
And great interview, bro. Like great opportunity for you, bro. Like and you never know what doors that may open in the future for you, bro.
Exactly. Like he hit me up and told me some other things I should do, or some other guys that I should have on, which is fine. But it goes back to what I was telling, like learning from you and like seeing how you operate was like, okay, cool. Like sometimes you gotta tailor some shit, even though it might not be a agreement. All right, cool. Like find a way to respectfully disagree and shit like that, because it's like at the end of the day, you want to give content and you want to give quality content. You don't want to come off as as a pit bull all the time. But
exactly, bro. Exactly, man. But shout out D Woods for putting that together, boy. Let's go. No, that's a classic though. You feel me? Like from coming from somebody who's part of the community, and I could say like me and you both, like we grew together as far as the community because we both started around the same time. I mean, we're all like in the same era, man. Me, you, Zoe. The list goes on, right? Yogi, the list goes on. And to see, the moves being made, man, it makes me happy because it's like, yo, we hitting it now, bro. We there. You feel me? Like we really making noise now. We moving up in the building. That's what I like to see, bro. And that's what this is all about, bro. And appreciate the flowers, but bro, you still have to execute on it.
Exactly.
You can watch somebody do something and take some advice from it and say, all right, yeah, let me start doing things. But it's all about the execution. And obviously, you executed that thing 100%, bro, because it wouldn't happen if you didn't. Yeah. So shout out to you, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. I gotta get PA on. You feel me? I gotta get PA. I gotta holler at PA. Like, what's up?
I will. I will. I can sit on your way. I mean, he's a real cool dude, man.
Nah, for sure.
Like he was talking about the LA situation, which was like, resonating with me. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. Like that's that's home. And he was just real cool, man. Like especially like off top, because I asked him like, hey, what can I ask you? He was just like, boom, 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 boom. Like, okay, that's that's what's up. That's what's up, man.
No, for sure, man, for sure. I want to so D, let's get back to this, Brian Flores thing, right? because like I know how you feel about him, and I'm sure everybody in the building kind of knows your vibe about him. Because it's crazy, right? Because like right now we're in a moment, and shout out Dylan. I see you in the building, bro. Appreciate you. We're in a moment where we see a lot of Vikings fans are, I'm not gonna say, I don't know if panic's the right word, but kind of just I would say unrest, right? Like just kind of anxiety, like, is he gone? Is he gonna go? I don't want him to go. He needs to stay in Minnesota. But really, you're from like how you feel. Do you really do it really matter to you? Because I know you have your criticisms. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that your criticisms mean you wanted him out the door, but I guess that's why I'm asking the question right now for everybody else too is like, how do you really feel like if he does leave? And if you touched on it earlier and I missed it, man, my fault, bro. I just gotta hear it again. Like, if he does leave, like, do you feel like the team is gonna take a nose dive, or like where you at? Like, do you think we should fight to keep him? Like, where you at with it?
Nah, I don't think we should fight to keep.
Because you hate his defense. I mean, not hate. I guess hate is a strong word, but you have your criticisms about the way he runs his defense.
About the middle of the field. Like,
yeah.
Okay, my big criticism with Brian Flores is two things. Is the middle of the field is always there, like playing against veteran quarterbacks, seems like to be able to pick out the holes in the defense and not playing the young guys consistently. Like, okay. I'm really pissed about the Alex Turner snap count, whatsoever. Like, I want him to be a star. He can't never become a star if he's always playing, spot games and shit. Like, he's only getting opportunity because somebody got hurt. Like, I want you to develop. I want to see more development from the young guys, but I don't think the Vikings should be trying to go all out to keep Flores, because I asked people, and I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat too, if the Vikings go all out, make him assistant head coach and give him a lot of money, highest paid assistant head coach / DC, there's still an opportunity that he's going to leave next year if the right coaching job is available. And if they ask him. So it's not like I want him to leave. I just feel like the Vikings should have prepared themselves for this moment, because the coach that he is and the ability that he has, there are going to be teams that's going to ask for him. And this is stuff that we went through, like the Mike Zimmer regime, right? When Pat Shermer had that good year with Case Keenum, he was gone the next time. And the Vikings didn't prepare to have anybody to step in. Like, I'm more on, he's going to leave eventually. Mm-hmm. What are you doing to prepare for when he leaves? And can you, whoever you bring in, if it's somebody on the staff or somebody on the outside, who can you bring in that can at least keep this defense solid? Because the last
I'm not with the, and I know you mentioned it earlier, Jones, bro, Durante. Yeah. I'm not really with that, bro. Like, listen, I'm all about giving somebody an opportunity, though. Like, I'm a believer in, hey, you worked your way up the ladder, bro. Because this is the thing, there wouldn't be B-Flows if that wasn't the case, right? Like, we wouldn't know who B-Flow, we wouldn't know who Mike Tomlins of the world would be if that wasn't the case. So the truth is, Durante could easily be, I ain't gonna say easily, but could be the next Mike Tomlin, Brian Flores. Yeah. He has to get that chance. But right now, as a fan, I'm sitting here tonight, I'm thinking like, bro, I'm ready to win, bro. Like, I'm really ready to win. If I felt like the offense could carry us across the finish line, cool. I'm with the Durante. Let's experiment. Why? Because the offense can hold up their end of the bargain. And if things aren't perfect on the defensive side of the ball and we're middle of the pack, you know what? Our offense is going to make up for it because we're going to score 30 plus points a game. That's not the case, though. So, like, with that being said, we see that the defense carries this football team with Brian Flores. So what that means, and the offense can't do it. So what that means is, bro, if B-Flow leaves, you have to be super intentional, bro. Raheem Morris, man, that's my guy. That's who I'm with, bro.
I got Raheem Morris, Jim Schwartz, Jonathan Gannon. Forgot the other guy's name, but you got to go out and get those guys that you already know that can develop a defense and have the defense consistent. If it's Durante Jones, somebody like that, or you go out and get you another Ed Donatel, like, y'all already on the hot seat. Like, we gotta, like, y'all already on the hot seat right now. So if you get defensive coordinator wrong again, during this season, like, we already know that's gonna lead to people getting fired. But and
the reality is too, bro. Real quick, shout out Black Bear Podcast. We see you, bro. And look, I know you're excited, bro. I know you're excited, bro. Listen, you better win the Super Bowl, dog. Like, y'all better win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that you can make it to the finish line. Shout out to y'all. If you missed it earlier, me and D Woods, we gave the Bears y'all flowers, bro. You know, I'm gonna give them to them when it's deserving. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Shout out to y'all. I mean, I wanted both of y'all to lose, really. I wish y'all could have tied the game and just
Yeah.
eliminated both of y'all last. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that's not the rules. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Shout out to y'all, man. Keep doing your thing, and we'll see what happens this week here. But like, man, look, I'm with the yeah, man, the Durante, man, I just don't know, bro. I just don't know if I'm on board with that, man. Although I don't want to block his blessing. I don't want to sound like that fan that's trying to block a blessing either, because he could, like we talked about.
You don't want no.
But I do want the team to win now, man. I want the team to win now. I know we say this every year where we're like, okay, this is the year, bro. Our window is open. But I really I say that this year, bro, with real meaning behind it now, right? Because this is what I vision. And this is considering that we're keeping JJ McCarthy as the quarterback, and he's going to go through a whole offseason. No hiccups. There is no coming back from an injury and having to get up back to speed or nothing. There's no Justin Jefferson, pulling a hamstring in OTAs and not being able to build that chemistry. Now, Jordan Addison obviously is throwing a monkey in the wrench, but that's Jordan Addison. We should be used to that now as Minnesota Vikings fans. He's going to do that, right? Which means why we should probably just get rid of him however we can get rid of him and figure out how to replace him later. But, that's neither here nor there, because we talk about that. I think Jalen Naylor, and this could be a good segue, Woods, about this whole wide receiver situation. But, I really feel like the Minnesota Vikings, I'm not saying that their Super Bowl window is open in 2026, but what I am saying is I do believe that the Minnesota Vikings could absolutely be competitive. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Vikings fan. I'm saying that because I'm watching the teams this year. And this year was perfect for us to actually make a run, because it's wide open when you think about it, right? These teams aren't crazy good. I think if we would have just had competent quarterback play, I want to know how you feel about this, D Woods. Because I put this in the Discord. If JJ McCarthy stayed healthy all season, regardless how people want to make memes and say he's 9 and joke on him, the truth of the matter is this. If JJ McCarthy stayed healthy the entire season and played all 17 games, do you think we would have been in the playoffs?
12-5.
Thank you. Thank you.
12-5.
And that is a fact, bro. And people will sit here, but at the end of the day, if JJ McCarthy would have played all 17 games, we would have been looking at this season like, okay, we're 12-5. He had 5 bad games out of 17. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, this is his first year playing. Are you upset about that? Because he was getting hot. And the way we saw the last 5 games of him getting hot, just think about this. That little stretch probably would have hit around week 9. And he would have carried that, to the end of the season. There was too many hiccups. All I'm saying is if JJ McCarthy can remain available for the Minnesota Vikings in 2026, and, obviously the B-Flow thing is up in the air, but if let's just say B-Flow, just for speaking right now, it comes back as a defensive coordinator, bro, next year, bro, we can really we can be competitive, bro, and try to make a run at this thing, man. I feel like that.
And you have to look at the rest of the league too. Offenses are down and defenses up. If you look at defenses across the board, there's a lot of teams with good defense. And the reason why a lot of teams have good defense, because teams are figuring out it's cheaper to build a good defense versus building the offense when you have to pay a quarterback. And you guys already know how much these quarterbacks are getting paid, 50 million, 60 million, shit like that. So you can actually go out and get a top tier pass rusher for 25 million this season. If not, depending on who it is, get you a couple of good corners. So you're seeing a lot of teams start building teams throughout with their defense. So we already have that, especially if B-Flow comes back. And just like you said, with the way McCarthy was playing, if he didn't get hurt, he would have hit the ground running, we'd have been straight. All those games, those 2 Max Brosmer games, especially the one in Seattle, that could be a toss-up. But at the same time, it's the
Carson Wentz game in LA.
Game. Yeah, that was just a disaster. For real. The whole thing with McCarthy, and I hope Black Bear is in here right now, because me and him were kind of going back and forth on the
they critical. They on their high horse, bro. They on their high horse.
He tried to throw some subliminal shots, but I caught it. And
they're like Lions fans in 2023, bro. That's all that is.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, we believe in McCarthy because we've seen the flashes, we've seen it, but it's just the injuries. Like that's what it comes down to is really just the injuries, man. And it's like it's unfortunate to where I feel like he can't miss no more than 4 games next year. It can't have to be something to where it's like a concussion. It can't be no knee injury or another broken hand, stuff like that. But I'm still at the point to where it's like I accept what happened this year, and maybe he can grow on it and not have those same situations happen next year. But with the way they talk in this press conference, they looking like they want to get a veteran QB in here tomorrow.
Yeah. Facts. I mean, the press conference definitely signals, veteran quarterback coming, but you also got to take that to D Woods as, I mean, look at our quarterback room though. I mean, it's kind of obvious that a veteran quarterback was coming because especially Max Brosmer. I mean, you look at it like this. Even if the Vikings decide to keep Carson Wentz, you're still bringing in another veteran because you feel like, listen, we don't ever want to be in a situation where we have to use Max Brosmer. All right. Sorry, Max Brosmer fans. Hey, look, I tried to jump on board with y'all too and hype them up. The Vikings fan and me wanted to support them. All right. There was conspiracy theorists out there saying that Max Brosmer was the next, that Tom Brady and the Vikings didn't want to show their hand. So they were just sitting him on the bench. And we absolutely saw why Max Brosmer is a UDFA. First of all, and shout out to the underdog, man. We're going to root for the underdog every time. But at the end of the day, Max Brosmer is unplayable at this moment. You will not win a damn football game like that with Max Brosmer. Now, we wound up squeaking that one out, but that's why, because B-flow, bro. Like man, listen, if you got to lean on Max Brosmer, bro, we going to go 3-14, bro. That is a fact. You got to bring in another quarterback regardless of how you cut it.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I never got that. First off, you got another super chat.
Shout out to Weevil in the building, man. Let's go. He said the Vikings can bring in Rodgers, man. F Rodgers.
No, we don't want Rodgers either. Did you see Rodgers' last game? Like, no.
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 And that goes to all the people that were on the Rodgers train before the season started. It's like, okay, you win. Okay, we had Rodgers this year. All right, we win 9 games, make it to the playoffs, whatever. We win 10 games, make it to the playoffs, right? One more game, we make it to the playoffs. Bro, Rodgers is washed, bro. Can we leave? Can we leave the 2011 or what was it? 2000? When did he win? 2011, 12, I think. Can we leave that shit where it's at? All right, that shit was us, man. My daughter was damn 2 years old, bro. She, come on, man. Like, we got to stop, bro.
And this is my thing. I'm glad you talked about the Aaron Rodgers with Viking fans. Why are we the only fan base? And I'm not sure how other fan bases are, but I just see my fan base. So I'm calling my fan base out.
Right.
Every week, there's another quarterback that we want on this team. Like, it seems like we're more infatuated with everybody else's quarterback besides the one we got. Like, it done went from Aaron Rodgers to Kirk Cousins to Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Malik Willis, Kyler Murray. Like, no.
And Malik Willis will not fit in this offense. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Malik Willis is not the type of quarterback that's going to fit in this offensive scheme. Malik Willis will do good in Baltimore or something like that, I can see. But when it comes to Kevin O'Connell's way of calling play, man, Malik Willis is not the type of quarterback you want, bro. I'm telling y'all right now. We watch D Wood. That's a great point, right? We'll see a quarterback have a good night, and all of a sudden, he's our savior.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand that. Like, be so infatuated with all these other quarterbacks, and it's like one of the ones I hate is probably Joe Herbert. Herbert.
Herbert. Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's like, come on, man. He's
like Justin Herbert in the playoff. Like, we criticized Kirk Cousins for years. Can't win primetime games. This, that, and the third. Justin Herbert, right? For example, Justin Herbert, regular season, hey, good. He's prototypical 6'5", big, got a big arm, this, that, can be mobile with the size that he has. But when it's time to show up, he don't show up. People will say, what? It's a team sport. Bro, Justin Herbert, I don't give a damn if it's a team. Okay, it's a team sport. Justin Herbert should have threw 4 touchdowns and then let the defense let him down. He didn't do what the fuck he was supposed to do. You feel me? Like, he didn't do what he was supposed to do, bro. We cannot keep putting Justin Herbert on this damn pedestal. Now, with that being said, as a Vikings fan, right? And you may not be a fan of this, D Woods, but if it came down to, hey, Justin Herbert's available, you can add him to the Vikings right now. You know, that contract, obviously, no for me, but like, let's just say hypothetically, that contract isn't as big as it is, and we're able to bring him in for a reliable price. I can see Justin Herbert being a little more successful in a Kevin O'Connell's offense with Justin Jefferson. And because Justin Herbert, we got to also admit that he hasn't really had the weapons like we have on this football team, especially on the outside. So he's always had to work with a little less. So I would be interested to see what he could do with our type of weapons we have. So, you know, it would be interesting to, you know, and exciting, but nah, man, like Justin Herbert.
I don't trust.
I know. Yeah, you say you don't trust it. Hey, shout out my boy, man. Shout out Skol Mob, man, with the 1999. He said, "I'm not saying I want them to trade. I said the Vikings." Oh, okay.
Okay. I just don't trust it, man. I just feel like Kevin O'Connell will be like, "Ooh, I got Justin Herbert. We drop him back every play now. 45 dropbacks a game." Like,
that's a fact.
I'm cool on that, man. But when I talk about Kevin O'Connell, like, the thing about it is too, like, I get B-Flow shit, but Kevin O'Connell, you was brought in here to develop a young quarterback, identify him for the future. If you gotta, you know, crap out and basically go get you a veteran quarterback of Justin Herbert status, why are you still here? Because you didn't complete the job. You basically start building the house and abandoned it and went to another house.
Yeah. Like, shout out Chad Wisty, bro. Pull that name up real quick, bro. Chad Wisty right there. That bro.
Davis Mills? No.
Now look, hey, hold up. You saying no, I get it. I'm not saying to come in as a starter. But what I will say, as a backup, bro, he's a veteran, and the Texans are smart because, you know, they keep him on the roster, something that the Bears did too. I want to give a shout out to the Bears again, which I hate doing, but, you know, keeping your boy, Badgett, Tyler Bagent or whatever. You know, it's important to invest in a QB2. And what the Texans did was they drafted David Mills high, and they kept him on the roster. And now when he does step in, bro, people will say he looked better than CJ Stroud. But like, CJ Stroud just has that name, and, you know, you drafted him so high to where you're almost obligated to play him. And, you know, his jersey sales are already up there in Houston. So you kind of got to play your hand at this point. But like, the reality is, bro, when you watch David Mills step in, bro, listen, okay. Like, bro, that's a good name. I ain't think about that, but that's a good name.
But that's what teams got to start doing, though. They got to start reinvesting into backup quarterback. Like, I understand, like, teams have gotten away from that because the starting quarterback gets paid so much. But if we're going into a 18-game season and we're already in the 17-game season, like, players are going to get hurt. So you need to have a viable quarterback behind them. Like, I was really so pissed about the whole Phillip Rivers situation because I'm like, you really brought Phillip Rivers off the couch from coaching football, 44 years old, to actually start to help y'all get into the playoffs. You couldn't get a young quarterback from nobody's practice squad? Like, nobody's practice squad. That was the guy you want. But that was kind of similar to me. Like, I call bullshit on it because it was similar to the Jeff Saturday situation that they did a couple of years back, where they already had Reggie Wayne in the building, who was there as a, you know, receiver coach. But then they went and got Jeff Saturday off of ESPN and had him coach the rest of the year. Like, y'all really have no vision.
No
you
vision.
know, like that was like, come on now. But teams got to start reinvesting in backup quarterbacks, man. They have to. They have to.
Especially
like,
the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Especially the Minnesota Vikings, bro. We have to invest in our depth at quarterback, and we have to get some competent quarterback play, bro, because and the thing is this, man, like, you know, everybody want to talk about how in the Vikings organization about how they so analytical and look at the data and all this shit. When you think about the Vikings front office, you think geeks. All right. Like, that's reality. You don't really think football, like real football. You think geek, which is fine. Like, that's fine. That's, you know, that's their thing. Right. Okay. If that's the case, though, what confuses me is you had the situation in 2023 where we had to go through this whole quarterback Ferris wheel. All right. 2 years removed from that, you go through the same shit again. All right. And now my question would be, if you see that you have this evidence, you have this data, why aren't you using it to your advantage? You can't tell me that Carson Wentz was a guy that you sat back and said, hey, bro, the past couple of years, the quarterback for us has been partially a reason why we either make the playoffs or we don't, or even be competitive when we even get in there, is because the quarterback, we don't know. Like we keep getting injuries, or, this person ain't available, this, that, and third. Bro, this year, be intentional. Be intentional,
Yeah.
man.
Take care of it. Yeah,
take care of it.
That should be the first move. I understand, like, there's guys out there that a lot of us, really are not cool with. I mean, but at the same time, if you have a viable backup in there, like, don't give him a 1-year deal either. Like, that's another thing too.
Invest.
Like invest in them. Give them maybe 2 years, 1 year void year, so it looks like 3. That way, you got them in your system, for a long stint of time, versus you don't got to have the situation. It's like you said, happening all over again, which was 2 years ago. Like, why we keep having the same conversation? That's my thing too. Why we keep having these same conversations?
That at the beginning. Why do we continue to have the same conversations, bro?
Yeah, it's like, come on, go out there and go get a guy. And Mac Jones was another guy. Like, Mac Jones was available.
Mac Jones. Shout out Micro Mike in the building, man. Shout out Micro Mike, man. I see you, bro. Lions today. Shout out to you, bro. Hey, congratulations on the 100K subs too, man. Hey, Micro Mike. Hey, real quick, man. I want to give him a huge shout out, bro, because like that's one of the hardest working dudes that I know on this platform. And I remember when I first started out, he was somebody who didn't mind giving me the sauce. A lot of people, when they're at a certain level, and when I linked up with him, he was already at like 40K plus, believe. So, a lot of people at that level, especially from a competitor's a team that's an op, really, the Lions, bro, they like, man, I ain't telling you how to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, F you, bro, figure it out. Man, bro gave me the sauce, told me what it was, told me how to rock it. So shout out to I'll always have respect for bro, man. Good dude, man. I know, hey, look, I know it's hard to try to tell our community to go subscribe to a Lions channel, but it's deeper than just, it's deeper than just football and saying, oh, I'm subscribing to a Lions channel. It's entertainment, bro. That's what he is, bro. He's entertaining and he knows his shit, bro. So shout out to bro, man. I just want to do that, get that out the way.
That's yeah, man. Like you said, the backup quarterback, man. They got to take care of it. I see people in the chat. I don't know who it is, but they real on crazy neck right now.
Yeah, they on crazy neck. They on crazy neck.
I'm one of the biggest crazy apologists out there, man. And I'm just
like crazy. You big on crazy, man. You always say that, man. And I'm curious, right? Crazy. I don't think we've ever, and I know we going on an hour and 20, man, but I got time. You straight to get through this?
I'm straight. I'm straight.
Because like, and shout out to everybody who's sticking around, man, and rocking with us tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button on my channel. Go over there to Skol State of Mind too, man. Pop in over there and hit the like button too, man. Let's boost that the channel up over there as well, man. Y'all go check him out as well. But like Kwesi, right? Because we do have a ton of Vikings fans that are critical on him, and it's based off drafting. You know that, bro. So I mean, tell me,
not that bad if you think about it.
It's not that bad. I'm curious, man. I'm curious to hear the story.
So if you look at the 22 draft, right, that's probably one of the worst drafts that everyone talks about, right? So let's just say Lewis Cine was a wash, right? Broke his leg, couldn't play, couldn't get on the field, got a new coordinator with D-Flow. We know D-Flow has a problem with young players. They got to be able to know every position on defense or whatever. Couldn't really get it. And he was already behind the 8 ball, right? So let's just say Lewis Cine trading down was a bust, right? They say that. It's called that. It's a bust. So then in the second round, you drafted Andrew Booth Jr., right? Mm-hmm. Andrew Booth Jr., another young player. D-Flow didn't really want to play him, whatever. But what Kwesi did was he traded him to the Dallas Cowboys for Noshawn Wright and Broski Bear, or Black Bear Podcast. Y'all know Noshawn Wright. He's a Pro Bowler this year. So in turn, he turned the bad pick into a good pick, but then the coaching staff didn't play that pick. So therefore, they let him go and he walked over to the Bears, right? So that was number 2. Then you had your 3rd round pick, which is Ed Ingram, right? Mm-hmm. How does Ed Ingram look now when he's not on the Minnesota Vikings. He looks like a completely different player.
So I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're
like,
saying, man.
Like if you really look at the draft,
so you're saying like these players aren't bad, they just weren't coached right, or they just weren't getting the opportunity.
Yeah, they want to get the opportunities. And you even have Vendorian Lowe in that same draft, which he was traded in that same offseason. When have you ever seen a player get drafted and get traded in that same training camp? Like that's rare. So you have that. I don't even think like the 22 draft is the worst draft for Kwesi. I think the 23 draft was worse because you only had like 4 or 5 picks and only one of them actually really played was Addison.
Addison.
Yeah, Addison's the problem. But like the stuff that Kwesi does outside of the draft, like his free agency classes have been great outside of, Allen and Hargrave this year. Like they've been great. Van Ginkel, Grenard, Isaiah Rodgers to a certain extent. I mean, Kelly is probably going to retire, so you can slide in for that. And, Will Fries is not that great, so you can slide in for that too. But like one of the best moves I would say he did last season, in my opinion, was trading for Cam Robinson when Darisaw got hurt. Like Darisaw goes hurt. I mean, we didn't even, who are we going to put at tackle? Questenberry? And he goes out and trades for Cam, and Cam plays the rest of the season. Like, then the cap situation, like, even though we're over the cap, like there's ways to tweak maybe like 1 or 2 players and you're cap compliant with more money. And the other aspect I like about Kwesi is he listens to his coaching staff. Like if you're a coach on this team and you go to your GM and you say, hey, I like this guy, he's going to try his best to get you that guy because he feels like you're going to be able to win with that guy. Like that can be a fault too, because we haven't seen what, Ty Felton can do. And, Dallas Turner is sort of a part-time player right now. So I like Kwesi, but I just believe like it's not just the draft picks. There's other things going on to it. Like the coaching staff doesn't coach up players, but at the same time, it's like he's not that bad of a GM. Like he's really not. They just give him shit. Like it's easy for him to get the blame. But like I did another video a month ago too, where I talked about the triangle of authority, where back in the day you had Rick Spielman, Robert Sapinski, and Brad Childers, and they kind of like ran the team that way. So like I feel like that's what's going on now, where you have too much community on certain decisions, and that's why I blame them all. Like if you're gonna fire Kwesi, you gotta fire everybody else too, because they all make a decision together. But that's just how I feel about Kwesi, man. Like that's
that's what's up. Like that's what makes this fun to do and great is we all have different opinions. Like I was a Kwesi truther as well for a minute, but then I had to start sitting back and looking at like comparing him to other teams. And I get your point on, hey, we're seeing some of these players that we drafted. All of a sudden now they're playing good. So the Ed Ingram is an example, which coming from Vikings fans, bro, we actually need that position too. So like you let him walk too early, like
you let him walk,
So now, but okay, but if this is the thing, right? So that's 2022, right? 2023. If that is the case, though, let's say young players are coming, they're leaving, and then we're seeing them be successful. At some point, I feel like Kwesi then has to drag his nuts and say, okay, coaching is now an issue now. So now I got to start, putting motherfuckers on the chopping block. Because as the GM, I mean, that's really what it is, bro. Like, I think the collaboration ordeal that everybody signed up for when they came to the building, to me, I think it doesn't benefit anything. Like, to me, we're seeing too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes.
All right. The GM needs to be the GM. Like, you have to make the tough decisions. Even if, B-Flow is, hey, I don't like Nashawn Wright. He don't fit in my scheme. I don't care, my brother. Especially after what I'm seeing he's doing with the Bears. I got to dock you for that. That's a write-up. Yeah, I mean, that's a write-up. You told me he wasn't good.
How you think that felt when McCarthy dropped back against the Bears the first game, and I was the guy who got the pick?
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, he's been balling all year. You know what I mean? Like, he's been balling all year, bro. And it's like, damn. And he was the prototypical B-flow type of guy too, the linky. I always go back RIP to our boy Tyree Jackson. And I always use him as a reference of how B-flow really likes his corners. He likes that type of that linky but physical, fast, quick. He likes that. That's what he's here for. He likes those taller corners, man. And Nahshon Wright fit that mold in my opinion, bro. So I don't understand why he didn't play him, but I also believe that Brian Flores' defense is very complex for somebody to just step in,
Right.
week 5 or week 4 and then expect to learn it and go out there and actually be productive. I think B-Flow actually needs players that are going to be here throughout the offseason so they can get all the installments and really practice it and study it before they can go out on the field and actually be productive with it. So I think that plays a part too. But I get your point though with Kwesi, man. There's a lot more people though that say, man, he got to go.
Hey, so think about Mekhi Blackman for example, right?
Yeah.
We traded Mekhi Blackman to the Colts. Now, so you willing to tell me, well, we saw from Jeff Okudah that we really traded Mekhi Blackman so Okudah can play? Like, that was like really, like, and you really in the season with only 3 corners. Like,
and I was a Jeff Okudah truther, that, man. Hey, I got it wrong.
I mean,
got it wrong on that, bro. Got it wrong.
I would have kept them both. It's like for real, but I just don't get it, man. Like there's a lot of players out there that was drafted by Kwesi, just brought in by Kwesi. That's basically playing in other places.
I'm saying it could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. I'm not saying he's horrible, but I do believe that you look at some of the other GMs around the league that are actually team building. And one thing for sure, I think drafting is very important. And, now that you put it in that perspective, you can look at it and say, okay, these players aren't that bad. Now, Andrew Booth, a bust, bruh. Andrew Booth is a bust. I'm even comfortable enough to say that Lewis Cine wouldn't be that good in the NFL either. And we kind of have that evidence because he's been on multiple teams now and nobody's using him.
He can't.
You know what I mean?
He can't stick with nobody.
Right. So, obviously it was the right thing to do to get rid of him.
And I gotta say this though, Rap. My bad, man.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Fans, stop talking about Cal Hamilton, please.
Oh yeah, that because but we said that though, Woods, like Kwesi was going to have to wear that on his jacket for the entirety of his NFL GMing career. It is what it is. He made the decision.
But I'm gonna ask you this though, Rap. If we drafted Cal Hamilton, where is he gonna play?
Oh, he would have played. You want to know where he would have played? So first of all, Cam Bynum would have been gone. You know what I mean?
Earlier.
Yeah, Cam Bynum would have been gone, bro. Okay. They would have, man, Cam Bynum, you out of here. Or you just going to be safety. Cam Bynum's career, it would have been a disservice to him because Cam Bynum's career wouldn't be where it's at right now. Because he would just be a backup. You know what I mean? Like he would have just been a backup for the Minnesota Vikings under the radar, but still would have been a good backup, good depth piece. That's how you build, though. That's kind of what you want.
But he would have probably replaced the Metellus role.
Yeah. And it's crazy, bro. I sent the video in the Discord last night as we're watching the Texans, man. And, obviously this is fresh starting YouTube and I'm out here looking for players that I like. And I was very like, I don't like to say, oh, I like this player and that player and that player. Usually during the draft process, I pick like 3 to 5 players that I'm like, hey, this is Rap's wish list. I'm not going to name 50 players that I want or 20 players that I want. I just got 3 players that I want on my wish list. All right. And that year specifically, when I said Jalen Petrie, bro, Jalen Petrie was one of my favorite players coming out of that draft at safety, bro, playing for Baylor. That dude was a damn savage. And when we passed up on Kyle Hamilton, I was like, all right, cool. You're going to wind up getting an offensive player, another player at our pick. But then in the second round, Jalen Petrie, come on down, bro. Like, we would have been good. That's what I was hoping Kwesi would have did, bro. He let me down. Man.
He went in a completely different direction.
Completely different, man. But, hey, he has another year, bro. He has another opportunity. This draft's make or break.
This draft's make or break. This is probably the first time he's actually going to have a 3rd round pick and a second round pick in 1 year. Because if you look at the drafts, like he has years where he doesn't even have a third round pick because they traded it away so much. So
bro, I feel like the first, second, and third round picks need to be starters or like actual like impact players right away, like players that are actually going to play. Hey, pull up Two Evils super chat real quick. Shout out my boy 2E, man. It says it makes 0 sense trying to be competitive for a Super Bowl. Every effing year, the reason Vikings never get back to the Super Bowl but win a bunch of meaningless games in the regular season, their depth suffers from this too. Yes. Man, you on point with that. That's a fact, bro. That's what we were talking about right now, too, with that.
Yeah, they need more depth. Like, this team is old. They got old fast by trying to fill the holes with veteran guys on larger contracts. And they don't have the flexibility of the young players on a lot of rookie deals. And if you really think about it, that's why special teams is bad. Special teams is bad because the bottom of the draft are the special team players, and those guys don't make the roster, so they don't play. So you got to go out and sign guys like Eric Wilson, who you signed him as a special teamer, but then he shows more flashes as a starting inside linebacker. But it's like, it's hard, man. Like the roster building on this roster needs to get a whole lot better. And Kwesi, like, I call him out too. Like, this draft right now is big, man. Like,
it's big.
Like you said, like 1 through 3, they gotta come in and hit the ground running. They gotta be contributors. I'm not saying they gotta be
superstars or nothing. But they gotta be contributors. That's a good word.
They gotta contribute. They gotta contribute. Like, it can't be guys to where you in the third round you take another Ty Felton where he has to sit a year to develop. It's like, nah, we don't need that. We need guys that can plug these holes right now.
And I'll say this past draft, to me, Woods was one of his worst, in my opinion. I think just because like the Jackson pick, to me, that was a layup. That was good, right? I give him his credit for that. But I think everything after that was disaster, bro. Disaster, in my opinion, bro. Like, I mean, Ty Felton, to me, was a horrible pick. Horrible. Like, especially when you go back now and look at the players that were available.
At
the same time that you're watching on other teams actually be an impact player. You're like, yo, what? You're out of everything. We got Jordan Addison. We got Justin Jefferson, Jalen Naylor coming back, and you thought we needed a wide receiver when you only went into the draft with 4 picks? What? Like, make it make sense to me, my brother. Is Ty Felton that good that you felt like that he had to be a Minnesota Viking? Man, come on, man.
And that's when I say, like, that's listening to your coaches to a fault, because that's what Keenan McCardell wanted. Like, I believe in Keenan McCardell a lot. I think he's one of the best coaches on this roster.
For sure.
I mean, Stephon Diggs, like all these Maryland guys, like, Justin Jefferson, shit like that, Jordan Addison. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Felton, takes a step, but that's just me hoping. But you're right.
Yeah.
Like, but you're right. You could have took Travion Henderson. You could have took Quinshon Junkins. You could have took Caleb Johnson. Like, like how you have like the players that you wanted. There's still names in my head to where it's like, I really just wanted a running back. I wanted a running back, like, bad. Like,
bro, look at Henderson, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I wanted Henderson bad. Like, he was the running back I wanted.
I wanted any of them dudes. Like, it was so many running backs coming out last year to where even if you have to like take some draft capital from this year's draft to get that young running back stud, you could have did it. Like, it's so many names. Like, Caleb Johnson doesn't even play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, he was available too. Like, come on, man. Like, I get it. But it's like I said, I call it out both ways, man. I give him his flowers when I like something, but when it's something stupid like that, I gotta call it like I see it, because now you have to go in this draft and get a running back. If not, sign another one.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out TK, man. I see you. Oh, appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
for sure, man. Shout out TK, man. I see you in the building, though, man. Shout out to you. He said, Judkins was RB1 on my big board. We gotta get young. Man, we have to get a running back this year. I think running back is absolutely needs to be, one of the top priorities for the Minnesota Vikings. But also, I mean, this is the thing. this is another thing, another knock on Kwesi is 5 years in, we shouldn't have so many needs.
No.
And I think as we sit back now as fans and as we enter this whole process of a draft talk and what the Vikings need to do to be better in 2026, there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. And adding on top of that, the quarterback is still kind of up in the air, regardless of whether you're a fan of JJ McCarthy or you're not. I mean, the reality is, bro, he didn't prove himself to be the guy yet. Like, I mean, I think this year would maybe solidify that if he can play the whole season. But right now, we're still in a position, like you said at the beginning of the show, Woods, we don't know what the quarterback situation is. Honestly, we don't. We know JJ McCarthy's a Minnesota Viking, but other than that, shit.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's the franchise guy, bro. And the GM didn't commit to him.
Hey, and it goes back to my point when I said it earlier, like we 5 years in and we got the same problems we had when we fired Mike Zimmer and Rick Spellman. It's the same problems, bad drafts, all that shit. And it's just like, what progress are we making? But if we have another season like we had last year, man, it's heads got to roll, man. You can't bring it back. Do you even see the Vikings doing anything on the coaching staff this offseason to make it a little bit better? And who would you bring in to help out?
I mean, like, again, I think are we talking as if Brian Flores would be back?
Offensive side of the ball.
Oh, the offensive side of the ball? Offensive side of the ball, to me, I think Josh McCown is a little overrated, in my opinion. Yeah, I think you can honestly upgrade at that. I know that might sound crazy tonight, but as y'all go back and do your research, you will notice that boy that we sent to Jacksonville, Udinsky, that kid we sent, that now teams are actually looking at as
a head coach.
We might want to make this boy the head coach, because you see what he did with Trevor Lawrence this season too. It seems like wherever he going, the quarterback just seems to be playing amazing. Oh, bruh. Like, I mean, there it is. It is. You know, sometimes it takes that guy, the guy, to go somewhere else to then see him do it again. And you're like, okay, there's the formula. There was the brains in the room. There was the guy that really knew the formula and the sauce. And Udinsky, to me, seems like he was that guy. I hate that we let him go. So, I mean, I say that to maybe try to find another quarterback coach to come in for JJ McCarthy, because it's not that Josh McCown can't work out, but like at the end of the day, and Wes Phillips too, bro. Wes Phillips got to go.
Yeah, Wes Phillips got to go.
Wes Phillips got to go. Wes Phillips got to go. I know it's hard because, you know, I like Mike McDaniel. I know people are like, oh, Rap, you know, we can't get Mike McDaniel because Kevin O'Connell ain't gonna give up play calling. Man, I don't give a damn. I want Mike McDaniel. I think Mike McDaniel's brains in the room would make a difference, in my opinion, more than Wes Phillips. All right, that's all I'm saying.
I'm glad Mateo said this one about the conditioning coach. I think the training facility, conditioning facility, they in question too.
Yeah,
and like guys not being able to come back from injuries, or you're bringing guys back too early and they get re-injured again. You got guys playing hurt. Like it's been all bad this year with the injuries. Like I know, like the highest one is probably Carson Wentz, but at the same time, if you look at the injuries across the board, offensive line injuries, you know, and the one injury that's not talked about enough to me is the Jalen Nailor situation. Like, who told him he was going to miss time because of his hand? But then he flies to LA and does a second opinion and gets surgery, and he hasn't missed a game. You know, it's like something's wrong there with the coaching staff, with the training staff. And I'm glad Mateo brought that up, because I feel the same way. Like,
no, Mateo be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, shout out Darius, man. What did Phil's super chat say? We didn't get to read that shit. What did it say? I don't even know how Vikings' future look because we keep signing and filling holes and not developing draft picks.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you. That's it. I mean, that's as simple as that, really.
So do you think when they don't develop draft picks, you think they're just like in win now mode, or both systems on the offensive side of the ball or defensive side of the ball is so complex to where it's going to take a young guy from college time to actually dissect it and figure it out? Like, is all that in play, or are we just drafting the wrong guys?
I think we're just super anxious. I think they feel the energy around the fan base as well, around the city. To me, I just think there's a lot of anxious vibes in the building where, hey, our expectations are high for this team, bro. Like we in win now mode, right? And so when you're in that type of zone, you tend to make decisions a little too quickly. Kind of going back to what you were saying, letting the Ed Ingrams walk out the door, letting the Wrights walk out the door without giving them a fair opportunity, because you actually see the, like, going back to the drawing board where what's the reason I called to even trade for this guy?
Yeah.
What's the reason I even, put him on my draft board to draft him? Well, let me go back to that moment and figure out what was the reason why we all were in agreements to draft an Ed Ingram and put him on this team. And I think sometimes you have to, at our coaching staff and front office, they need to start sitting back and realizing, like, hey, bro, go back to the roots, okay? Go back to the whys. I think the whys are important here. We're so anxious to win right now that, a motherfucker go out there and make one mistake and we ready to just chop them. Like, and that's not how you build team, bro. That's not how you build football teams, bro. You can't just, chop him and then bring in another player and see if he can do it. And if he don't do it, we're going to chop him and bring in another player. Some players take a year, bro, but then, that year is worth it. It's an investment. It's worth it. Like the first year, they might be mid, but you continue to let them play, they turn into a star. It happens all the time across the league, bro.
We've seen it. We've seen it firsthand. Xavier Rhodes was drafted by by Frazier's regime, right? And that dude was always getting penalties for pass interference, holding. Like he was trash.
Yeah.
But Zimmer came in there and actually gave him the opportunity, gave him some extra coaching, and we got to see Rhodes close. Yeah. We don't see that if you, like you said, first sign of trouble, let's go sign a veteran. Like, nah, they got to go out there and actually play. I just don't understand it, man. Like, you gonna make this roster even older than what it is when you have to, go out there and sign these veterans, and your cap compliance is gonna go out the door because them older players want to get paid. They don't want to get paid no rookie deals.
Like, and another thing too, that's a knock, bro, is we have the most expensive roster in the NFL
to not be in the playoffs.
Like, our roster costs more than anybody else's. We talking about rosters that have Patrick Mahomes and all these quarterbacks, bro, that are getting paid mega bucks. Our quarterback's getting paid damn near what, 10 million, maybe 12, 14, I don't know. Like, come on, bro. Like, we have the most expensive, right? We got knocked out of the playoffs. We ain't even in the playoffs. And we could have made the playoffs with 10 wins. Like, just really, 10 wins, I believe. We probably could have made it.
10 wins would have made it.
Like, come on, man. You gotta do better, man. There's a problem there. And we're gonna have to look into that problem. But I think it comes down to, like we talked about, you have to be willing, first of all, to develop players. And this goes to the JJ McCarthy, people that don't want JJ McCarthy either. It's cool to, look at his first year of actually playing football and saying, you know what? He ain't the guy, bro. We need to move on. That's fine, right? If you feel like that, nothing against people that feel like that, die on that hill. In my opinion, we've made this mistake too many times. I want to try something different. All right. I'm willing to see one more year. I'm willing to see I want to see another full year, bro. Second year play,
So how you feel about that comment about Anthony Richardson?
So I remember, man, I was big on Anthony Richardson just based off of his talent. Like, as far as, he's an athletic freak. So, like, if you can get him in the right situation and, you can probably get a lot out of him if he's coached the right way. The thing with Anthony Richardson is he's the type of player that you really have to coach him, though, because he has so much ability athletically that you got to teach him how to use it right, though. It's one thing to be able to throw the ball and hit the ceiling and do backflips and shit. That's all cool. Like, I like that, right? But now let's try to put it together where it can be effective on the field. And, that's somebody who I like the Anthony Richardson deal. I would take him to bring him in the building for a rehab, but I think if you do that, like, let's say we do that, Carson Wentz has to get off the team, and then you have to be real aggressive on a real deal veteran.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that at that point, you have to get a veteran that can really come in and challenge both of the young quarterbacks and can give us a chance to make the playoffs if it comes down to it. I mean, some names we can probably throw out there. I don't know. I mean, we can look at Mac Jones as like a veteran, maybe, right? Like I would call Mac Jones a veteran, somebody like that. That's not going to break the bank, but still yet can be competitive and win some football games. Because those are two projects. Because at that point, we're kind of in the same situation we're in now because you got JJ McCarthy and Max Brosmer. I mean, shit, Max Brosmer and Anthony Richardson, I mean, they almost in the same category in a way.
They are,
I
yeah.
mean,
Richardson just been in the league longer.
pretty much, right? So you have he's a project. So I mean, look, you got to make sure if you're gonna do that, again, the veteran you bring in, he better be proven, bro, like a proven veteran. Like Jacoby Brissett would be a good name, you know.
Yeah,
Jacoby Brissett, Geno Smith, if he's willing to take a real pay cut, even though I'm not a fan of Geno, but you know, I'm sure your pops can tell you all about Geno.
He hates Geno. he watching right now. He gonna call me and be like, "Yeah, you see, even your boy know about Geno."
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to hear that today, man.
I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think he can win you some football games on the right, or in the right organization, on the right team. You know, the Raiders are the Raiders, bruh. But like Geno with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and shit, is he gonna throw picks? Yeah, but you know, he'll also have some games where he ball out too and make it fun, in my opinion. I think it'll be like a Carson Wentz almost, you know.
What about Zach Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo?
So Zach Wilson is one of my favorites, right? That I think I would really pursue. I like Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson needs another. I think he deserves another chance. But really, Mitchell Trubisky's another one. What was the other name you said?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I never thought about Jimmy Garoppolo. But I guess, man, I mean, it doesn't excite me as much, bro. Like Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm like, I don't know.
But he's there for like
he's a proven winner though,
and he knows the system for being in McVay's system and Shanahan's system. He can just come in and hit the ground running, or he can just be that veteran that's in the building.
How old is Garoppolo, bro? Like, is Garoppolo
in his mid-30s now? He has to be. He has to be, but
I'm almost like anybody but Kirk Cousins, bruh. Like, listen, bro, please, dog. Like, because I know he's in the conversation, and I'm like, bro, no, bro. Did y'all not watch Kirk Cousins play this year in Atlanta? You want that? You want that back, man? You know how long it took us to get up out from under that, man? Shit, no.
Man, if they get Kirk Cousins back, everybody should get fired, man.
Bro, Kirk Cousins' agent might make us sign a contract that says no trade clause, and he needs $50 million up front. You know what I mean? I don't trust his agent. His agent too much of a dog for me, bro. I'm good.
Nah, I'm cool. The Kirk Cousins train is not in Minnesota no more. Let him find another job somewhere else. Don't come back, man.
Kirk will change over with, man. Get over it.
This is McCarthy's team now, man.
It's McCarthy's team, and a veteran needs to come in and challenge him. You know, Jameis.
I take Jameis.
Yeah. I think Jameis. It'd be fun. You know, he throw 7 picks, but he'll throw 7 touchdowns too. So shit, it'd be a fun game to watch. No, Russell Wilson, man. I just don't think he has the ability to get players to believe in him, and to me, I think that's a problem. Like, you know, he's very like in his shell. He doesn't really have that personality, in my opinion, at this point in his career. Maybe he did, you know, in Seattle at some point where he obviously went to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl as well, right? I think they won one.
They won one.
So, you know, like at that point, then he was the guy. At this point in his career, after the stuff he's been through, I just think he's to the point where he's just playing just to play and just to stack some money up, right? And I don't think he's there as far as, hey, I'm going to rally the troops. We're going to go get this Super Bowl again. No, I'm good on that, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, we already talked about the Malik Willis situation.
Yeah.
But I don't see Malik Willis, man.
You say Malik Willis is better than JJ McCarthy. Listen, Malik Willis, first of all, y'all got to also keep in mind Malik Willis had to play what 5 years? Is Malik Willis on like his 5th year or something? 4 or 5 years?
Fourth, I think fourth.
Yeah, he's on his 4th year. And also, let's consider this, man. Regardless of how we feel about the Green Bay Packers, they obviously do something right when it comes to the quarterback.
They know how to develop quarterbacks.
Thank you. You know, and they've had the same quarterback coach in that building behind the scenes, right? Since Aaron Rodgers was sitting on the bench, from what I heard.
That's crazy.
So like they have somebody who really intentionally comes in and helps develop the quarterbacks that they draft, that they have sitting. So like that says a lot about how they do things over there and how serious they take the quarterback position. Something that, you know, maybe the Minnesota Vikings need to take some notes on, bro. To be honest with you, man, I know we hate the Packers. I hate them with a passion, but we got to call it for what it is when it comes to quarterback. And that's a sign of why Malik Willis may look a little better than we think. Now, the question is, Malik Willis in Minnesota, would he be the same Malik Willis? I'm going to have to say no. I'm going to have to say I don't think he's ready to go through the reads and the progressions like Kevin O'Connell's going to expect of him and him look the same. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry. Will Levis? Hell no.
Nah, man, I'm good.
I'm gonna keep Max Brosmer.
I'm good.
Fuck it. Max Brosmer.
Nah, man, you gotta bring in a veteran. Like if you already developing 2 quarterbacks on the roster in Brosmer and McCarthy, you gotta bring in a veteran that's already battle tested.
You want to know who? Matter of fact, I just thought of a name, bro. You want to know who's a name I wouldn't sleep on?
Who?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, yeah. I thought he was gonna be actually gonna get like a shot at a starting job after Dallas, but that just never manifested for him. But yeah, I think that too. I mean, shit, he beat us one year.
and he's really good in the as far as like pocket. He can, you know, go through progressions. That's what he's good at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he may not make the best decisions every time, but hey, he can sit in that pocket and go through his progressions though. So
yeah, I'll take that. But
Nick Mullins.
I
don't want Nick Mullins, but like he hey.
If they start bringing guys back like Kirk and Nick Mullins, man, what are we doing?
I think, yeah, before we get up out of here, Woods, man, because I know we've been on for a minute, right? Appreciate you too, man.
Going on 2 hours, man.
Yeah, this show been lit. I got to take my ass to bed too, man. I got to work, man. Shout out everybody in the building. But before we get out of here, I want to say this. We, as the fan base too, and I'm guilty of this, and we got to get better with this. We gotta stop wanting to move backwards. I think that's part of the problem. Players that we already had and they're not on the team anymore, then hey, look, bro, let them go live their journey, bro. Let them go. Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Johnny Munt, Ezra Cleveland, Ed Ingram. Look, we missed that shit, bro. It is what it is, dog. We gotta live with it. Let them the hell go. It's time to build the future. New players, we got to get some new faces up in the bed. Now, Eric Wilson, hey, he's a you know what I mean? I'm glad we brought bro back. He deserved to come back.
It works out, yeah.
If they work out, it's all good. But now we talking about quarterback, man, fuck that, man. We ain't going backwards, man. If you played for the Vikings and you ain't here no more, your ass ain't never coming back.
I feel you, man. I feel you. It be a lot of that, man, trying to reach back to the past. I mean, look what happened with Thielen. We just wasted a draft pick for that.
No, that's a fact, bro.
Like we didn't need to do that. But thanks, Rap, man. I really appreciate it, man. It took us a minute to actually link up. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is, though, man. Appreciate it.
Glad we linked, man. I'm glad we linked, man. Yeah, we're gonna do it some more. You know that.
Yeah, we got a long offseason, man.
For sure, man. We just getting started, baby, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, man. Thanks, Rap.
Yes, sir.